Welcome. Let's take a look at what we need to do in order to make this work. So let's go and let's take a look at our main cube, and we can scale this down. And again, remember we're making a low poly tree here. Now, low poly is supposed to look simple. It's supposed to be an approximation of what you would see in the real world, but have more of a computer vibe to it. All right, so let's scale along the z-axis. So push S and Z or Z, and you can kind of move that up here. Now that's probably a bit too much. Okay, maybe something like that here. Okay, let's tab into edit mode. And I always like face select mode. And let's select the top face. We're going to extrude. And I'm just kind of moving in here. We're going to extrude along the z-axis, and we'll do something like this. And make sure you push Z so that it stays straight, and probably something like this. And I'm going to do that a few times. 1, 2, and extrude. Make sure you're along the z-axis. 2, extrude, Z, extrude one more. Make sure you push the Z here. Yeah, that's probably good. So each one of these segments here, we're going to make our own kind of little branch from this. So I'm going to extrude, and I'm going to push X to extrude along the X axis. Okay. And then we're going to extrude again. E to extrude, X, something like that. E to extrude. And these can all be different lengths. Okay, so essentially we're going to do this 4 times with one each along here. And I'm going to make sure that I don't do this in order, so not like 1, 2, 3, 4, because trees aren't exactly symmetrical. So biology is never really that symmetrical here. So push E to extrude, and I believe this would be the y-axis this time. Yeah, the y-axis. E to extrude Y, and then E to extrude Z. Yeah, just like this. Now that's all we're going to do, really. Now, if I look from the top here, these should all be different lengths. Okay, so we're going to push E to extrude, and this is the x-axis, so I'm going to make this one a little bit bigger. E to extrude X, and I'm going to make this one, make sure it's along the z-axis, and there we go. Pretty good stuff. And lastly, we could probably even extrude that one along the z-axis one more time if we really wanted to. Yeah, there we go. And then this one here is going to E to extrude along the y-axis this time. And yeah, something like that looks pretty good. Maybe a little bit in. E to extrude along the y. Maybe make this one a little bit bigger, and then E to extrude along the z-axis. Okay, so now we have kind of our tree here, and this is our branches. Now if we tab into object mode, yeah, this is probably looking pretty good. Make sure you tab into object mode because we're going to be creating some cubes here. Now, again, this low poly is all about simplicity. I have to express that. So essentially, these are going to be the leaves, are these cubes here. And if you've ever taken flat design courses, so if you don't know what flat design is, it's very simple graphic design. You see it everywhere. But low poly is similar to flat design. So you can extrude this, and I always like to extrude more than I need to go, and then less than I need. So I can kind of look at that here. That one probably can be a little bit bigger. And that's all we're going to do is we're just going to move this up kind of over, and that is going to be our tree branches here. Now we can push Command D or Control C, Control V to copy and paste that. Now all of these should be different sizes. I cannot stress that enough. These can all be different sizes. Just something like that. And you know what? For the most part, if you kind of look at this, it should be somewhere in the middle. Okay, and look at that here. And we're going to go and Control C, Control V, and move that out here. Maybe make this one a little bit bigger. Move it up a bit. Probably make that actually this one quite a bit bigger. Yeah, something like that. And then Control C, Control V. Move it out and scale this one down. And we now have one more. And yeah, that's starting to look pretty good. And if we really wanted to, we could kind of move this, another one, into the center. But you look up top, look at the bottom here. That looks pretty good. This one could come down just a bit. And yeah, this one could probably come down, and this one come down as well. So yeah, so this is now pretty much what we're looking for in terms of a tree.